make sure that parking is okay. We're good. Right across here we have the MARTA station. That's the public transit system here in Atlanta. Very good, speedy, efficient, timely. And we will walk that way. And here we have the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta coming up on Peachtree Street. Not to be confused with West Peachtree Street or Peachtree Place, Peachtree Drive, Peachtree Circle, Peachtree Parkway, Peachtree Avenue, or Peachtree Drive, Peachtree Parkway, Peachtree Boulevard, Peachtree Circle, Peachtree Avenue, Peachtree Boulevard. We have all of them. They're all different. Be careful not to confuse them. Piedmont Avenue. Same name as the park that we are going to visit down the street right now. We just go along Piedmont. And I wanted to start this series just to kind of show, whoa, nice. Just to kind of show a little bit about Atlanta. Just gonna cross over the street, I don't know, probably not. So as we can see here, we're right next to Piedmont Park. Piedmont. Cool. Get it?
Within 6 months at this point.
It's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, about 23 Celsius for our listeners internacional. Just had a conversation with that couple about what that, I don't know what that bird's name is, but I think we came up with stork. Is that a stork, y'all? Somebody tell me otherwise. So it's just an amazing day out here. I think this park is supposed to be something like Central Park type of style, type. There we can see one of the roads over there. Lots of traffic. Over here we have a nice setup with tables and drinkies and cans and beers and all that good stuff. And ooh, there's some food. This park is literally right in the middle of the city. I mean, look at that. We can see downtown. That's actually Midtown Atlanta. We can see it. Yeah, God. Oh, puppies. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I'm actually limping right now. I don't know how that's gonna affect the bumpiness of the video. Hey, what's up? We're over here where there's all this activity going on. Ooh. Oh man, that's how I had a little whoopsie the other day. Man, it had just rained, and you know what they say, water on the roads is what makes it the slippiest. Slippiest. I'm gonna go with slippiest. And so in front of me, these two cars braked really hard. You could hear the screeching, and I did exactly what that guy just did on the scooter, but bam! It wasn't nice. And so that's causing me to limp right now. It is March 3rd or 4th, I don't know, but we're starting spring now, so we can see a lot of activity out here. So this will be pretty much the start of a series to show you around Atlanta, show you mostly the free stuff to do around Atlanta is what I'm mostly concerned with. We seem to have found a gardening area. Oh, a volunteer garden apparently. Oh, that'd be something pretty cool to look into. Apparently some meetings go on out here. That's pretty cool. So I wanted to start making these videos because I want to start doing something online with travel. Don't know what yet exactly. Thought about a blog. Thought about a bunch of different things, but I got to start somewhere. I've been going to a lot of parks, they have a lot of nature preserves out here, they call them. I'm gonna be showing some of those hopefully in the series too. One thing I wanted to talk about today mostly, and I'll continue, is about lifestyle deflation. It's basically the thing that can combat lifestyle inflation, which, what is that? Lifestyle inflation is basically the phenomenon that happens when people start getting paid more money, or when they come across more money, right? So that, what is that? It's, say I get a raise and I say, well, I'm gonna go out and buy a new car, nice, because I can afford it, right? And then at the end of the month, I'm still broke, like always, right? Like I'll get a promotion at work, I'll move into a really nice building downtown, right? Downtown Atlanta, Midtown Atlanta. More money came, more spending. And it was crazy because at the end of the month, I was just as broke as when I was just delivering food, or when I was working as a lifeguard at college. Very little at the end of the month, nothing to invest, nothing to have for a rainy day. I just needed to find ways that I could control my spending. So I had to take a look at everything. With lifestyle deflation, what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to live on less and less and less, and see how little I can live on without crossing the line of being a cheapskate. Wow, that's a nice view. Yeah, so when I realized that I was still being left with zero money, even after getting a good job, that's when I started to realize that I was doing something that, I guess, something wrong, you know. I couldn't find any other way to call it. The more immediate thing to me was that I could reduce how much I spent on my necessities, right? The necessities are three things: housing, food, and transportation. Those are really the only things anybody really ever needs to function, I think, in a first world society, in a major city. Okay, duck break over. First part of my lifestyle deflation was to find a cheap place to live, as cheap as possible. I found a room for rent on Airbnb, and then after a couple of months of being there, I made an agreement with the landlord to stay there long term. It only cost like 2/3 of what I would have paid to live in one of the studio apartments in Midtown or in downtown Atlanta. And I'm not that far. I'm like 5 miles from downtown. Not even, about 4 miles. That's about what? 3 kilometers. I thought that was pretty good. So that extra money that I could have put into an apartment, I actually save it, or I actually invest it. And my point here is that it's very expensive to live almost anywhere nowadays in the city. So if you could reduce the amount that you pay for where you live, or the utilities that you use, that's already a big win, and that's already a saving that you can make for yourself. There's the North Avenue Tower again. So the second thing that I started doing for lifestyle deflation was to look at transportation. In Atlanta, they have a decent transportation system. It's called MARTA. I think I showed a station earlier. And so I started taking the train every day to work instead of driving a car, or instead of taking an Uber. Oh, that was another part of my lifestyle deflation. Stop taking Uber. I had to stop taking Uber. Oh my god, that stuff's expensive. Crazy expensive. Look at these duckies. They just live life. Don't care about no Uber. Don't care about having to pay or make money. Man, I'd kill to be a duck. And it's really nice out here. They got a pool. It's not open yet. I think it'll open in April, maybe May. Most likely May. Y'all come through and check it out. The third and most recent action I've taken with lifestyle deflation to combat lifestyle inflation has been to change what I eat. That I made for food was that I eat the same exact thing almost every single day. I wanted to pick a food that was healthy and nutritious. What I landed on was lentils. Lentils. I love lentils. I bought myself about a 3-month supply when I came to this realization that I could make a very simple lentil recipe. I just take a bag of a pound of lentils, throw it in a pot with water, throw in a can of canned tomatoes, and throw in a can of mixed vegetables. Just let it simmer for about an hour, and that's it. And it gives me about 5, 6, maybe 7 bowls of healthy, nutritious lentils. And sometimes I'll mix different things in there, like spicy sausage or bacon. And really, you can add anything that you want. You can add any vegetable. You can make it more spicy. You can make it more sweet. And for the spices, I just throw anything in there, whatever's in my cabinets. Lentil soup is for dinner, for breakfast, and for lunch. At the office, I keep some dried oats, some Greek yogurt, and some peanut butter. And I just mix all 3 of those every single day that I go to the office. And I find it delicious. I think it's very nutritious. It's super cheap. It's also really cool to find the special. So I just stock up on those whenever they have the special and just keep them at work. I found that it really works for me. The last part of it was to stop going out to eat so much. God dang it. I was consuming so much food and so many drinks outside of the house, and it just becomes so much more expensive than if I were to cook it. Most of the food that I can find out at restaurants, most of it, of course not, I mean, there are a lot of things that I can't cook myself, but most of it, I can make something very similar taste pretty good at home. So it only costs a fraction of the price, what, like a third? So I'd probably save that much money. I talk about these 3 things with lifestyle deflation because I found that there are 3 things that I can control very directly. Those are the things that I've found that work for me at the moment, especially living alone and not being someone that I consider a very high maintenance person. I think it's been I think it's been very positive changes. I'm gonna keep going out for walks like this. Keep trying to put some of my thoughts into understandable video format. But yeah, hopefully I'm noticing that I'm not limping as much anymore. So hopefully in a couple weeks I'll get to go up to Pine Mountain or somewhere that's bigger so that I can hike in the surrounding areas. But for now, this is what I can show. Now, this has been Piedmont Park. And we are out. We are back in the street, the city. And so yeah, it's a really, buddy's over there. Whoa. Okay. And then after you leave the park, if you want, there's Howlin' Hot Willie's Mexican food over here and a Shake Shack right next to it. talk about other things in future videos, including some of the books I'm reading, some of the books I've read, share some stories, things like that. Yeah, and now I'm getting back into Midtown Atlanta. It's like a 5-10 minute walk from the park. And I'll just show you all around a little bit. Oh, jaywalk? No jaywalk. Jaywalk. Well, that was that. Thank you all so much for your time, for your attention, for joining me a little bit today. Really means a lot to me. Hopefully I'll be in better condition next time so I can show y'all some of the trails that are close to Atlanta and some of the hiking areas. That's what I'm more excited about and what I'm more eager to show y'all. So hopefully y'all can tune in. Week or so, 2 weeks. I'll say 2 weeks. I'll see y'all then, either way. So take care. Bye.